Hello everyone, and today I will ask you some questions about study in the US. Okay, the first part, I would like to ask for your information. Okay, good morning. Please introduce yourself. What's your name? Why are you here today? How old are you? What is your job? What are your hobbies? Do you like traveling? Have you ever been abroad? Have you ever lived away from your parents? Do you have any friends? How many friends do you have? What do you do at the free time? Do you like sport? What kind of sport do you like the best? Have you ever granted a US visa? Have you or your parent has been rejected a US visa? Tell me something about your country. The second part is the family information. Okay, what is your father's name? What is your mother's name? Do you have any sibling? And if you do have, what is his or her name? Do you have any brother and sister in your family? How old is your father or mother? Are you living with your parents? Have your parents, your sibling, traveled abroad before? Why don't your brother or sister study abroad in the US like you? Okay. Another part is the result of the study in Vietnam. Okay, what grade are you studying? What is your grade? What is your school name? What's something special about your school? Tell me something about your school. How many classes are there in your school? What subject are you good at or bad? What are your favorite subjects and why do you like them? What do you often do after school? Who is your favorite teacher? And what is your principal name? Okay, another part is the plan for you to study in the US. Okay, and these questions are: what is the purpose of your trip? Why do you choose the US to study? Why don't you choose any other country to study? Why don't you choose any other school to study? And what made you choose this state to study? What school will you enroll in the US? What city will you arrive in? Tell me something about your city. That will you live in the US? Where is your school located? What is your school address? Why do you choose this state to study? What do you know about this state? If you are provided a choice, where do you want to come? And tell me something about your school in the US. Is your school in the US is a public school or a private school? How can you get the I-20 form? And how did you apply for your I-20 form? Why do you choose the school to study? What grade will you study in the US? When will your school start? What subject will you study at the school? Is your school religious? And do you have any other school that you learn from? Or beside your school, do you know any other school? Do you have to wear a uniform when you come to the US to study at your school? And how long will you stay in the US for study? How long do you want to study in the US? And what will you study in the US? What major will you study in the US? And what will you major in when you study in university? Why do you choose that major to study? What kind of degree do you want to get after your graduation? What is the program fee? And what is your tuition fee? Have you bought any insurance? Have you paid for the program fee before? And if yes, by what way? Where will you live in the US? With whom will you stay in the US? Tell me something about your host family if you know them. Who picked you up at the airport when you arrived to the US? Okay, and then some questions about your financial status. Okay, you have to prove your financial status. Okay, and what is your father's job? Or maybe what is your parents' job? How much do you have to earn a month? How much do your parents earn a month? And how much for your family monthly income? Who will pay for your study in the US? Who will support you to study in the US? How can your parents pay for your study? Do your parents have a saving book or maybe bank account? How many houses and lands do your parents have or own? Do your parents have a car? How much will your parents give you a month to live in the US? Okay, and which company did your father or your mother work for? For how long have your parents worked at this company? Do you know anything about this company? Okay, what is the address of this company? What are your father mother's company's products? Do you know that? Do you know any parents' college? Okay, show me your parents' business registration or maybe business license certificate. How many employees are there in your parents' company? How many employees in your parents' business? How much does this business earn a month? Do you have a tax paper for your parents' business? Can I see them? Okay. And now we talk another things is the plan to come back Vietnam. Okay, will you return Vietnam when you finishing your study? How can you prove that you will come back to Vietnam? Okay, what do you want to become after graduation? What will you do after you finish your study in the US? How long do you intend to stay in the US after you finish your study? Do you intend to apply for your internship in the US? Do you intend to work in the US? Do you intend to get a job in the US? If you are offered a good job with high salary, will you agree to work in the US? Okay, and then some other questions part for you. Okay, what made me should grant you a visa according to you? What will you do if I said that you're not qualified for the visa? What do you think if I should give you a visa? Have you ever lived away from your parents? What will you do if you really miss your parents and you cannot do anything? Do you have any friend in the US? If you do, can you tell me something about them? What difficulties do you think you may encounter in the US? What is the most memorable event in your life? What will you do if your parents ran out of money and could not afford for your study in the US? Well, and that's all the questions for the US visa interview for F1 visa. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your listening and hope you guys will pass. Thank you.